Hello, students. Good day to all of you. You're now listening to my voice for this lesson. Originally, this topic was scheduled for next week, but since the week 3 lesson requires hands-on activities, we'll be jumping ahead instead. Please take a moment to look at the photos I shared in our line group chat or check your book while you listen. This is the beginning of our lesson. Let's get started. Compare and contrast listening and reading on page 12. Key definition and importance. Listening is the process of understanding spoken language through hearing. It requires focus to catch details, tone, and context. Reading is the process of understanding written text. It enables reading, highlighting, and in-depth analysis of information. In short, listening means understanding spoken language by hearing. It needs focus, remember, focus to catch important words, tone, and meaning in real time. While reading means understanding written text. It lets you go slowly, highlight key points, and study information more deeply. Why are they important? I'm talking about listening and reading. They are both skills essentials for learning and understanding complex topics. In science, listening helps with lectures, discussion, and podcasts, while reading helps with textbooks, research papers, and news articles. Listening and reading are both important for learning. Like what I said earlier, in science, listening helps us understand lectures and podcasts, while reading helps us learn from textbooks and articles. Together, they build deeper understanding. The difference between compare and contrast. Compare means to identify similarities between two things. Contrast means to identify differences between two things. In other words, compare equals to find how things are similar. Contrast is equals to find how things are different. All right? Why are comparing and contrasting important? Comparing and contrasting helps students analyze information critically. It allows them to understand which source provides better clarity or details. Scientists use comparison while evaluating different research studies, environmental reports, or climate data. Why is comparing and contrasting important? It helps us think critically, understand ideas better, and see which information is clearer or more useful. Scientists use it to study research, reports, and data more effectively. Now, let's proceed to Venn diagram. What is a Venn diagram? A Venn diagram is a graphic organizer with overlapping circles used to show similarities and differences between two topics. Why is a Venn diagram important? Take note of this. It helps students visualize, remember the word, visualize relationships between ideas. It is commonly used in science to compare theories, research findings, and environmental impacts. What is a Venn diagram? Now let's define what is a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram uses overlapping circles to show how two topics are similar and different. Now, in short, Venn diagram is important because it helps us clearly see relationships between ideas. Scientists, like you in the future, use it to compare theories, data, and research. Now, turn your book on page 13. This is the worksheet 1.5.1, Listening versus Reading. Both listening and reading are the contrasting part, while in between similarities are the comparing or comparison. As you can see on the photo, under listening, the number one given answer is real-life climate disaster. Examples, Pakistan floods or Canada wildfires. On the reading part, number one answer is detailed explanation of greenhouse gases and how they trap heat. After that, look at the similarities part, in between listening and reading. Number one answer is explain the greenhouse effect. Listen to the podcast to get your answer for number 2 down to number 5, if any. Read the global warming. Take note, read the global warming passage on page 13 to get your answers for number 2 down to number 5, if any. Then after your answers for similarities, of course, after you finish the page 13, please proceed to page 14 to answer some question there. Now look at the photo sent to you for more details. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask by sending message in the group chat.